Well, it's 8:30 approximately in the morning on October 5th. And I was surprised because you see, I was able to download those to the YouTube so I could clear them and from my storage. So this should be the final. That tape split on its own. I've never had that happen with a phone. It was an hour, and then when it came up, it was in two parts. Um, but anyway, to finish up, the concept is that I'm sure they'll have one app, and so the person is sitting watching this extremely entertaining. You have Stephen Colbert on, you have Jimmy Kimmel, these are the heavy hitters. You have Seth Meyers. You have James, the one that's on after I was going to say after David Letterman. You can have David Letterman on, but James, he's so. I love all of them. I love all these court jesters. I know I'm missing something. The one from Saturday Night Live who just laughs so easy. Jimmy himself, don't be mad. But you have them all on. Have Bill Maher. Here's a guy who's can be real crusty. No one likes to listen to him. He's like an Old Testament prophet comedian. But believe me, he is intense about humanism. And if it's going to be, we got to do it, guys. And this new news outlet that is set up for one reason, to gather endless, forever friends for the forgotten. And what's the requirement of somebody's watching it, and they're laughing or they're thinking, but every 4 minutes, just like the old Jerry Lewis telethon, every 4 minutes they'd come along. Don't forget to give. We need to help muscular dystrophy. Well, every 4 minutes, everyone knows that there is okay, listen, all we want from you, I don't want you to join, there should be no legalities. I'm telling you, leave this pure. And the way to leave it pure is there's no likes. It's one way, like an old TV show. It just goes one way. And you don't organize it and reorganize it and taika-tooties and now you need 5 more volunteers. And no, you are a city that's set on a hill that cannot be hid. This podcast, I call it, if I was doing it, I'd call it Friendathon. And so somebody's watching and they go, you know what? Damn, I should do this. I'm too busy as it is, but I can visit a grandma in a nursing home. I can visit a vet in a group home. If you're more the Navy SEALs of compassion, I'll go to the psych ward directly. I'll go to the jails. I'll go to the home. But you go once a week. And because they have the app, they realize the closest nursing, places, institutions of isolation, I call them. And you say, okay, you know what? I'm going to make this phone call. So they call the contact person at that institution of isolation and say, we just saw that Friendathon thing that's between Fox News and CNN that, is so beautiful. And you know what? And this is what the challenge is. Become 1 hour a week. You visit the same person until one of you dies. You don't have an agenda. You're not there to sell them something. They're supposed to join something. You're friends. You too. You too. And after a while, friends move to me too. Yeah, me too. Me. And that's how friendship's built. And you go every week. And I promise you, you become this person that saw the Friendathon podcast who said, yeah, I'm going to go. Well, in the beginning, they're a stronger battery attaching to a weaker battery. But humans are all worn out. So this person that's watching the podcast might have 43% in their emotional battery. The person they're going to go see has 3%. But when they keep going every week, once a week, you visit the same person until one of you dies. And remember, so many abused dogs. So if somebody goes in the beginning, the person might go, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, just leave me alone. I want to die. They're not going to believe that this is 100% agape love. That I'm just here to hang out with you, man. That's it. I'm a firm believer that if you become a somebody to a nobody, you're going to turn a nobody into a somebody. But you're going to save 2 lives because it's more blessed to give than receive. Don't you get it? And after the first few months, that strong battery on the weak battery is bullshit. You now are amazing friends, and you're learning from their wisdom, and they just can't believe that they matter. You know why they matter? Because this random person saw this Friendathon podcast that's totally ecumenical, that's only about gathering endless amounts of forever friends for the endless amounts of the Eleanor Rigbys that are forgotten. And the problem is, everybody thought anybody would do it. Anybody thought somebody would do it. And who ends up doing it is nobody. So you start, and it just becomes like the new pet rock movement that was in the 70s, or all of the movements. We got TikTok now. We didn't have TikTok 10 years ago. But so this just becomes the new compassion splog, which is Greek for explosion. And that's it. And you don't report. You don't have to do anything. Whatever the place requires, you do it prior to. And then you just go. As if, no fanfare. And the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, says, go to the ant, weary one. Consider their ways and be wise. You ever see the old cartoons? There's one little granular of a little tiny piece of cake at a picnic. And you see thousands of ants just working systematically to get that piece of cake into the proper directions. So that's it. So now you got hundreds of thousands of people that keep watching this beautiful podcast, and more people go, I can 1 hour a week, closest institution of isolation, I'll visit them until they die or I die. And I'm just, no fanfare, no legalities. And now hundreds and thousands of people throughout America are getting visited. I used to always think they should make all public libraries nursing homes. There shouldn't be, there are no, all public libraries are part of a nursing home. Anyway, the issue is people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so I didn't get to do that. You know why I didn't get to do it? Because I told everybody, I just need specialized housing. Because I'm paranoid schizophrenic, I'm listed as impossible to place. I was placed 10 times. I thought it was 8. 10 times when I was homeless on the streets of Pittsburgh's most recent bout of homelessness. I've had way too many throughout my life. They started at 15, age 15. And in and out of psych wards in between. And how I ended up being married, having an amazing daughter, and turn a frown around is just, that's the enigma. But I'm too sick physically. I'm sick. I can't do the streets. I can't do shelters. Anywhere you put me, I start hearing voices. I've been placed places and have walked out before I was even settled. Voices say, get the fuck out of here now. And others, people don't want to be with me. I don't want to be with them. You know, when I went to a converted crack house from a slumlord that bought a bunch of them up so they'd get lots of money that was given them mental health, housing first, don't ask questions, get them off the street. And you know what the guy did who was next to me? He put a big swastika on his fucking door. Because I used to wear my yarmulke when I was on the streets. Wow! And you want me to go to a group home? You want me to do the system? Let me just remind anybody that's watching this that has half any intelligence. Not all mental illness is the same. Just like all physical illness isn't the same. When you're dying of cancer, of the... some part of your body's eroding, that's different than when you get MS. They both are going to fuck your life up. The issue is they're both diseases. You understand? You get the coronavirus, you get AIDS, you get it? So paranoid schizophrenia, the way it is treated, we're the elephants, and the billions of dollars now that or millions that are coming through SAMHSA, who gave me my 12th award, the largest federal funder. It's disgusting. You guys should realize what you've created. I've had some horrible experiences because you give them such strict rules, and if they don't abide by them, they're going to lose their funding. Well, listen, this is a bunch of shit. I know all about grants. It's disgusting. Anyway, I cannot live. What I need is a good Samaritan who has a bit of property, and hopefully their backyard is the woods, and they would just be fucking honored. They'd see all that I've done. They'd see what I want to do with this friend-a-thon. That's why I'm telling you to do it, because nobody wanted to help me. I always thought, I used to tell my daughter, I said, I got such a resume. I said, if Daddy ever resurrects, well, look what I've done. Wow. It's not like I wonder, can we eradicate loneliness? Can we end loneliness? I've already done it over and over again. You know, I'd hear from people, the nurses in some of the places we really infiltrated. You know, so-and-so's eating again since you sent that forever friend. So-and-so's going back to group therapy ever since you sent that friend. So-and-so decided to get back on their medication ever since you sent that friend. Wow. I don't have that. You understand? I need someone stronger than me. That's why I brought up Stephen Hawkins. You know, he had like a staff of 10 people. They felt whatever he had up in his noggin, well, it's worth all this money to keep this one human going. I ain't worth that, am I? I've been telling people now for over a year and a half, this is what I need. I need specialized housing from a good Samaritan, because I get $845 a month. I can't live on that. What is today's date, the 5th? May my father and Elizabeth rot in hell. You know how much money I have accessible in the bank? $55. You know how much money I have accessible in my pocket? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, $8. I do have a decent amount on my food stamps, but that'll go very fast because I don't have enough cash to feed all the animals. Just to buy an endless amount of cat food and farm feed, and that would be just so simple. But I can't do that, and they're my only friends, and I love them, and they expect me, and it's beautiful. I feed off the property, 4 different places. Anyway, I can't do that. So you know what I do? I have to use my food stamps, and I make them food. That's hysterical. I do. I make the wild animals food. That's what I do. And I gotta feed them for a month. So anyhow, am I so horrible? I don't think so. But I'm not good enough. Definitely not good enough. Not worthy enough, whatever it is. So I'm killing myself today, very soon. Like within the next few days. If they tell me a court on Thursday, you're out of here. 3 days, 10 days. Oh no, I'm going sooner than that. I can't live on the streets, and I've been begging. It's not like somebody's watching this going, oh, why didn't he tell us? I talk too much and I repeat so much, no one listens. Well, I'm dead now. Because I can't live on the streets. I have an esophagus perforation, a heart attack, acute arthritis, unbelievable. I got 2 hours and a half sleep. I went to bed at around 5. I woke up unbelievable. Gas and cramps. I'm wide awake now. It's crazy. But anyway, thanks God. I can't do this on the streets. Don't anybody get it. And I'm a ward of the state. I get something, I get a stroke. I'm just one of those many people that I'm begging you to go visit and set this podcast up because no one would help me. And I need to be helped. Like really. If you got 2 flat tires and you got to get somewhere that's got to help 6 people, well, somebody's got to fix your 2 flats, and no one wants to help me. I get $8.45 a month. God bless Marty Geller. God bless Marty Geller. That man, my daughter brokered that whole thing. I'm living, by the way, it's Bridgeton, New Jersey, is the 3rd most dangerous city in New Jersey, not America. But anyway, that's where I am. I live in New Jersey, and this declawed, fucked up cat is in the 3rd most dangerous city. Anyway, that's not my point. My point is that everyone knows I can't. Marty Geller took me in here April 4th, my birthday, 2018, and somehow I never paid rent. I never paid gas and electric, and I still can't make it to the end of the month. Can you make it on $845 a month? Huh? I expect all us poor people. Oh, yeah. Really? We didn't ask to be the way we are. Huh? Not all fingerprints every fingerprint is different from the beginning of time. Not all houses are wired the same. And believe me, when Jeff Bezos is been commissioned to have some $3,000 sculpture of glass delivered, the packaging is a lot different than for a bunch of vitamins. The point is, I'm fine China. I'm not Tupperware like you. So I need specialized housing. I'm too poor. I just need someone to go, hey, we're going to put one of those little mini houses in the back here. We actually have a shed. We're going to turn it insulated and make sure it's got some running water, and because that's all I need. And as long as it's safe from the elements and wild animals and wild humans. And I have a few groovy neighbors. I don't care if I'm smoking weed or cigarettes. And they believe, like, well, this guy. And can you imagine if you were that person and a year from now, you'd be going, I can't believe it. I don't know. I just knew it was the right thing to do. And my God, God really decided to bless this fucked up piece of vile shit, Avi. His podcast oh my God, so many people have friends. Imagine you're the person. You're the person who just put me at the end of their property. But no one would do that. And now I'm going to be evicted. I can't go to the streets. You know, all the doctors say, listen to your body. Well, the good thing about being paranoid schizophrenic is we're pretty attuned to things that normal people are just, I'm late for a very important date, ha! And you're so earthly efficient, you have no concept of slowing down internally and feeling and getting into different frequencies. Well, that's kind of where I exist. When I tell you I need specialized housing, what do you think? I'm some fucking spoiled brat? You think I wouldn't be willing to live with other people? I've had to do it my whole life. I can't. And my body's too compromised. But no one's going to help me. No one's going to fix my flat tires. So I got to kill myself. And that brings me, this is 21 minutes, it might go again. So let me just say this to you. I'm killing myself. I had 2 other ways I researched to the max, because I've attempted suicide a few other times. And I'm very inept. But I don't think it's much. I think then I just didn't want to live. Now I want to die. I don't really want to die. I'd be very happy to take all this fucking manure of my past, all this bullshit, and utilize it so that all the lonely people can, where do they come from, will have friends. But no one's going to help me. I have to accept, I got to listen to my body and my insanity. I can't do it. And fuck you, mental health. Fuck you. You got all this goddamn money. Perverts you like it perverts everything. Do you know how many therapists have said to me, I hate paperwork. It's all for your lawyers. It's all so you don't get sued. Believe me, it's disgusting. People used to say they love Turner Frown Around more than any of the mental health agencies that were helping other people that that we were involved with, but they were just, and I always say, well, why do you like us so much? He said, you don't get paid. You just do it from your heart. Oh. I won 12 awards. You win 12 awards for benevolence? Huh? I'm a piece of shit. I'm selfish. I think of all evil things chronically. I destroy property in a dime. I'm so many people in one. I'm a piece of shit. You win 12 awards for benevolence? Huh? So no one wants to help me. So let's get on with it. So the way I'm killing myself, so you don't think I'm such, while I pick on you, because I'm going to pick on everybody that is pissing me, that shame on you. This is really shame on you. This is sick. There's no reason I should be in this position. So an open rebuke is better than a secret love. But in case this tape goes and you're spared, you better think about, did I do enough? Why didn't I help Avi? Like, why didn't I just do that? I couldn't have found somebody with property and help them out a little bit. You know, the rich people that travel around in the, big corporations, they got to stay in real nice, cozy hotels or motels, comfort inns, because they got to be all refreshed for that 2 hour or couple of days seminar. Oh, make them all toasty happy. You want to help me? Shame on you. Because it's not about me. My standard of living is very low. I'm extremely prudent. And I have no desires. It isn't like if tomorrow I seriously had all kinds of money. My lifestyle wouldn't change at all. I'd still want to live at the end of somebody's property with a few groovy neighbors because I got to do what's best for my mental health. You know, if you were really poor and you had really bad cancer and then you had all this money, well, you're still going to have to go to your dialysis and you're still, that stuff doesn't go away. So the issue is I live very prudent, and I'll continue because nothing is, whatever. What do I fucking need money for? I live below the poverty level. I'm just trying to get to the poverty level. Oh my gosh. If it ain't going to happen, I'm rambling and I'm pissed off. And I'm not, maybe I am. But let me just tell you the way you're going to find me dead. I chose now Harry Carey out of the three. And I chose Harry Carey because I let so many people down. I'm not talking about the volunteers that helped me, especially the ones that were mentally well. The ones that weren't, I did let down. But do you know how many people I promised to be their friend? I didn't know what I was doing. I just said yes to everything, like in that movie, Bruce Almighty. I just said yes. And that's when I started to try to get other people to be friends. I promised too many people I'd be their friend. And I became a showman. And I became a fundraiser. Ah! So I'm taking a knife. I have a knife. It's right up there. You'll find it in me. I got plenty of knives. Where is it? See that knife? You see this knife? Can you see this fucking knife? Well, this knife is going to kill me. It's going, and it's called Harry Carey, and you can Google it. But they killed themselves out of honor. It was like some people kill themselves out of protest. They light themselves on fire. Well, I let too many people down. And the mental health system, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. So maybe there is protest as well. But no one can help me. So this knife, I will be naked, and you go from left to right. And if you're brave, you go up and down. And you bleed to death. What you do is just cut up your organs. And within a few hours of utter excruciating pain, believe me, I bought a bottle of vodka and a bottle of gin. So I'm hoping I won't even know what I'm doing. I'll be my own anesthesiologist because I really don't like pain. That's why I hate God. God, you didn't have to have this suffering, but you ordained it. So I got to go. So I'm telling you now, Sandy Cabell, I'd be alive if you weren't such a professional. And I adore and love you. You helped me radically for 8 months. But you had to become a big shot. Pastor Ken Corsick, hey, Pastor, you're a professional clergyman. You're just a pawn of your board. And when, that Keith Green song, Asleep in the Light, well, I sent that for you, Pastor. what was it? I forget who it was. Maybe it was David who got the wake-up call. One of them fucked up, and a prophet came, and whoever fucked up was like, oh, it's terrible, it's terrible. Till the prophet said, it's you, David. You couldn't find, you know what I needed. But you'll make all your meeting, I'll go on and on. You're a wonderful person, Pastor Ken. But you're just a professional. And you just ripped Matthew 25 and Matthew 5, 6, and 7 and B1, the 1 John, all of it. You just throw it away. You couldn't help me. Shame on you. Shame on you. I hurt a lot of people. That's why I'm killing myself. Maybe the two of you could get on your fucking knees and say, unless a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abides alone. That's a seed that would become wheat. So it's poetic. Unless a corn of wheat, a kernel, a seed of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it's buried, it's not going to do anything. But if it dies, it'll bring forth much fruit. So maybe the two of you will get your fucking act together, because you too could have kept me alive. And you didn't. Now, every other player did not have the intelligence, the backing, all of that. There's probably 10 people that really could go, maybe 20 that I've spoken with that could go, God, maybe we got to figure something out for Avi. But you two could have done it. You didn't do it. My blood's on your hands. And you, Sue, you fucking cunt. You that are so fucking greedy. Oh, I hope God fucks with you. I'm sorry. I'm a revengeful person. I don't practice what I know is right. I'm no Mother Teresa. I'm a piece of shit. I deserve the pain I'll get. But I'm telling you, money. Muhammad said it. Jesus said it. And Moses lived it. And the Hindus, oh my God. And on, I just miss so many. But Jesus said so wackadoo. Moses lived it because he left the palace for the people. So all those years, all this special grace, now God goes, oh, you're going to have a pretty hard retirement, Moses. He's okay. I'm going to free my people. My people are the throwaways. And I can't seem to find a Joshua. I hope maybe somebody will feel guilty enough and go, wow, we're not going to let another Avi